Welcome to This Week Health. My name is Bill Russell. I'm a former CIO for a 16 hospital system and creator of This Week Health, a set of channels dedicated to keeping health IT staff current and engaged. Today we have an interview in action from the 2023 spring conferences, ViVE in Nashville and HIMSS in Chicago. Special thanks to our partners, CDW, Rubrik, Sectra, and Trellix for choosing to invest in our mission to develop the next generation of health leaders. You can check them out on our website, thisweekhealth.com. Now, on to this interview. All right, here we are from ViVE, and we're doing another interview in action. We're here with Daniel Freedman with Burnalong, which is now a Tivity company.
That's right.
Fantastic. Yeah. This is the first time we're meeting.
This is the first time, but I heard great things, so excited to chat to you.
I'm looking forward to it. So give me an idea of what Burnalong does and how it's related to Tivity.
Sure, so what Burnalong does is we help everyone, whatever age, stage in life, geography needs, achieve their health and wellness goals. And so that's within Tivity's mission, and that's like we're part of Tivity now.
So what is Burnalong? What do you actually do?
So the way that we do that is, so we're a digital platform that offers more than 35,000 live and on-demand classes across more than 60 different categories. So everything from cardio classes to classes for stroke, MS, arthritis, Parkinson's disease.
So you do disease states and you do, so if I come to you and say, or if I go through Tivity and essentially say, I mean, they have their silver sneakers programs and other things, but if I wanted to be healthy, this platform is going to provide the tools, training, education that I need.
That's right. It's for an entire family and for people through life's journey. So rather than 60, 70, 80 different point solutions and sending, all right, if you're young and active, you're here. If you've got a chronic condition, you're over here. Everything is within one platform, and you can be live with others. So in some cases, we've even got 4 generations of a family all doing programming within our platform.
Wow, that's exceptional. So who's the market for that? I mean, am I the market as an individual? Is a health system the market? Is a payer the market? Who is it?
So some of the largest employers in the country use us for their populations, as well as like the US government and local government across the country, and then payers use us for their population as well.
Wow. All right, so what's the benefit to them? Healthy employees?
Healthy employees, happier employees, family members are looked after, and beyond that is we're not just getting your typical people engaged, we're broadening the spectrum of who gets engaged, and so they're seeing it's moving the needle whether it comes to sick days, business goals, turnover as well.
Can they get those kinds of metrics from you guys if they're using the platform?
So we will also work with hospital systems for patients as well, and so we've got, when we look at data right across the board, what we see is that not only do we increase the number of people who are engaged beyond where they were beforehand, what we're seeing is we're also engaging the at-risk condition, people with at-risk conditions, and people who are generally considered more at risk, more conditions, more needs than the rest of the population.
And so is it mostly training and education, or is there some aspect of collecting data back?
So the classes are everything from information on sleeping correctly, nutrition, then there's cardio classes for someone with a stroke and retraining eyesight. So anything that a doctor or a therapist would tell you to do, we deliver that. But then we're able to see what people are doing, what their goals are, and then we take them along the journey. So someone can come to us and say, I'm just battling cancer. They start taking recommended cardio classes. Then they're dealing with insomnia as well. They're recommended sleep classes, and then nutrition, it takes them along that journey.
So help me understand, with training and education, there's a whole science around people watching that, consuming it, finishing it, and also engaging with it and following through on it, right? So how is your content created? Where does your content come from, and how do you get us to do it?
So this is, to break your question into 2 pieces. So our content comes from thousands and thousands of instructors and teachers from across the country. So everything from experts who teach at hospital systems, they bring their programming onto our platform, through to a local gym and studio. So we have some of the top experts in treating patients with MS. They use us as an online extension tool for their patients. They also make all that content available on our platform. And so what that means is we don't just tick a box and say, okay, we've got programming for someone with Parkinson's disease or programming for someone who's just had a baby. We're able to tailor it, understanding their diversity, their geography, right? 2 people could have the same need, but something different is going to motivate them.
So how do you tailor it? How do you customize it?
So we understand who they are, where they are in the country, and then they answer a whole series of questions, and then they take actions, and then it gets tailored to them. And so to answer the other half of your question, Bill, you said, how do you get people to do it? So one is tailoring the programming for the people. Like, we might be the same level in cardio classes, but you want a northern accent, I want a southern accent. You want an instructor with a sense of humor, I want someone who's quick and to the point. So that's number one, is we're able to tailor it to you rather than treating everyone as a one size fits all. But number two is there's a social component. So with Burnalong, you can be live with others when you take classes. So maybe what's going to motivate you to do something is not that you know you need to exercise, or you know that you need to get a better night's sleep or learn about nutrition, but if you have others live on the screen with you, and these can be co-workers, it can be friends, it can be family members, or others with similar conditions, that social component is going to motivate you to do it.
So there's a Peloton or an Apple, what is Apple's thing called? Apple Health?
Yeah, so we go above that where you're actually seeing and hearing others. So just to give an example is, we're speaking to a specialist at Johns Hopkins, and he said a lady with Parkinson's disease, a patient of his, he'd made progress and the disease hadn't progressed as he thought it would have for her. And he asked her, like, why have you been doing Burnalong when I told you for a decade before that to do programming and you hadn't been doing it? And she said to him two reasons. One is, I'm seeing people on the screen who are shaking worse than I am, and if they can do it, I can do it, and that comes to the relatability of the content.
That's fantastic.
The second thing is, she said, is I've got my grandchildren from across the country live on the screen with me. And no matter how tough my day, and Parkinson's disease is a really tough disease, I'm showing up to see my grandchildren. So with us, the social component is not just seeing a leaderboard, you're actually seeing and hearing other people if you want that social component.
All right, we'll get back to the show in just a minute. If you've been with us for any period of time, this year we've partnered with Alex's Lemonade Stand to raise money for cures for childhood cancer, and we are so excited. We set a goal to raise $50,000, and we're already up over $27,000. Are 26,700 for the year. So we're close to 27,000. I'm rounding up. We went to the ViVE conference, and with your help and the help of just an amazing community, generous community, and our partners as well, we were able to raise $16,500. So thank you all for your generosity. We're going to do it again. As you know, we did Captain's Cures for Childhood Cancer at the ViVE conference, and anyone who got their picture taken with Captain, who was facing the camera, we gave $1 to Alex's Lemonade Stand. We're heading to HIMSS and bringing Captain again, and we're going to do the same thing. As you know, Captain is my producer's service dog. He'll be roaming the floor. If you see Captain, stop us. We would love to have your picture taken, and we would love to have you participate in this campaign. We really appreciate our partners who help to make this possible. For this one, so far we have Rubric. So we still have a couple of spots. If you want to participate, if you want your company to participate, let them know that they can participate in this, and we will give you the details. You can shoot us a note at partner@thisweekhealth.com. It's real simple. If you're on the floor, you see Captain, get your picture taken. Anyone facing the camera, go ahead and post it to social media, Twitter or LinkedIn, tag This Week Health. That's how we do the counting. And again, 16,500 at ViVE. I think we can do it again at the HIMSS conference and really make a dent in our goal to get to $50,000 for childhood cancer. It's going to be exciting. We appreciate our partners who stepped up during the ViVE conference, and obviously we appreciate Rubric being our first partner to step up for the HIMSS event. So look forward to seeing you at HIMSS. Now, back to the show. You're creating a care circle almost, if you will.
Exactly.
It's interesting because about 8 to 10 years ago, I wanted to create those care circles and it's complex to do. There's a lot of consent, there's a lot of technology components in terms of tying all that stuff together and whatnot. Are you utilizing platforms that are already out there, or have you built a platform from scratch?
So we've built it, and a core piece, if you think about the traditional approach to online, it's been, let's replace what's happening in person and brick and mortar, whether it's a hospital, whether it's a local gym. We do the opposite. So we partner with them so they can use us as an online extension, but then that content, that's how, whether you're in the middle of St. Louis, Missouri, or you're in the middle of New York City, or you're in Alabama, you're in Denver, wherever you are, we can find local relatable programming for you, and then we can bring in those care circles or others to help support you to do it.
What's the incentive for me as an instructor or somebody who's developed a program to come to you and put my content on your platform?
A host of things. So one is you're using it as an online extension tool for your own members, your own patients.
right?
Right.
Makes
So
sense.
rather
Okay.
than your members, your patients doing something online that's trying to put you out of business, you're partnering with us. They're actually, more people are discovering them, so it becomes a lead gen tool. So if you discover a great expert in postpartum depression, and then you want to go see someone in person, you're going to see that person in person you discovered online. So there's multiple benefits to it. That's why we've got now fast approaching 10,000 instructors teaching on the platform now.
So I'm in Cleveland, and Cleveland Clinic could partner with you, put their content out there,
Yeah.
and do all that stuff.
Exactly, some of the leading hospitals in the country do that with us, and the doctors are giving their patients access to our platform as well.
And then when it is time for them to go seek care, it's a natural flow right into
Right. And the same for the care management team, for example, at a hospital, is rather than having to call every single patient to find out what they're doing at home, with us, you know what patients are doing. Then you can focus your time and your efforts on the people who aren't doing what they need to be doing, and it's just a better use of your time as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. Daniel, I want to thank you for your time.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
Best of luck. And we've been preaching this for a long time, which is we've got to do something about wellness. And so until, as a health system, they can engage me with more touch points, more, talk to me while I'm in the grocery store, engage me in my fitness and wellness program and that kind of stuff, I'm still going to keep showing up in the acute care center at some point. We are a amalgamation of all those health decisions we're making along the way.
It's so true, and just it comes back to, if you, rather than it being an abstract, it's a doctor, it's someone who's telling you what to do. If you're bringing that personal social circles, the people they love, the people they care about, show me a grandparent who's not going to show up to see their grandchildren.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. And that's what we do.
Powerful stuff. Thank you again.
Thank you, Bill.
Appreciate it.
Another great interview. I want to thank everybody who's spent time with us at the conference. I love hearing from people on the front lines, and it's phenomenal that they've taken the time to share their wisdom and experience with the community. It is greatly appreciated. We want to thank our partners, CDW, Rubrik, Sectra, and Trellix, who invest in our mission to develop the next generation of health leaders. Thanks for listening. That's all for now.